A multi-million-dollar agreement between the Nigeria Sovereign Investment Authority, Old Mutual Investment Group South Africa, and UFF Agri Fund for the establishment of real estate and agriculture co-investment vehicles was signed in Abuja last Friday. Uche Oji, the CEO of the Nigeria Sovereign Investment Authority, joins us from Abuja to discuss this story. Uche, thank you so much for joining us. And it's really great to see what is going on with the NSIA at a time when investment flows into Nigeria have been quite thin indeed. It's great to see how that co-investment opportunity is being exploited with the NSIA. Can you just talk us through the highlights of these transactions?
Thank you very much, Wale. There are three things that were signed on Friday. The first is a subscription agreement, which is NSIA and Old Mutual are going to subscribe into two separate vehicles. One is for real estate and the other is for agriculture. And then obviously there are agreements for the investment company as well as the management company. And we have both an onshore and offshore structure. And the idea is we will pursue investments. And I just need to clarify one thing also. This is, it was a binding agreement to set up a joint investment company. And then after we made a few investments, we will then invite other people to join. So the target size of the fund for the real estate vehicle is $500 million, with the two parties committing an initial 50 and up to 100 each on the real estate side. And then for agriculture, the two parties committed 25 each, taking us to $50 million, with a target fund size of $200 million. And so we'll be looking at investments in Nigeria focused on commercial real estate as well as agriculture. UFF, as you very well know, are established fund managers and investors in farmlands and agriculture who are backed by Old Mutual. And so that is an agreement between NSIA and UFF on the agriculture side. Now, I will just make sure you understand that there's things that didn't just, we've had an ongoing discussion about this over the last couple of years in the case of real estate and agriculture over the last slightly over a year, and I'm glad that it has come to this point.
Right.
So we're hoping to be able to complete a couple of transactions before the year is out and then continue to drive this and then bring the other investors on board.
Wonderful. It's great to hear it. But can you just clarify a few details? So you mentioned the $50 million each commitment. Has that happened already? Are those funds, for instance, from Old Mutual already in the country?
We signed that subscription agreement on Friday. So right. The money will be called as we deploy to target investments, yes.
All right. Well, I think that would definitely qualify as FDIs. I think it's not into stocks or equities, so equities or fixed income. So I imagine this is significant from an FDI perspective. But what else is the NSIA looking to invest in? Because we do know you have several funds in your portfolio. What else can we expect?
So this is within the Nigeria Infrastructure Fund, and as you know, the NSIA has three funds. We have the Stabilization Fund, the Future Generations Fund, and the Nigeria Infrastructure Fund. Now, the Nigeria Infrastructure Fund, I told you as part of our 5-year rolling strategy that there are three pillars to the Nigeria Infrastructure Fund. The first pillar is direct investments by the NSIA itself into specific areas of projects. The second pillar is co-investment funds, which we plan to create, and this is the first of such, the agriculture and the real estate side. And then the third pillar of the infrastructure fund strategy is the creation of institutions that will enable the deployment, the investments, development of the investment category for infrastructure. And to that extent, we mentioned our investment in the Nigeria Mortgage Refinancing Company. We also mentioned the fact that we are sponsoring the creation of Nigeria Infrastructure Credit Guarantee Fund, which I believe will help drive the investments in infrastructure. So these are the three things we're doing: direct investments, creation of co-investment vehicles, and the establishment of institutions to enable the investment of the infrastructure sector. And we had also made it clear that there are 5 immediate sectors of interest for the NSIA. agriculture, healthcare, power, roads, at the top four of the areas that we're interested in. And so you've seen our commitment on the second Niger Bridge. You've seen us talk about the MOUs we've signed on the, not just the MOU, the collaboration agreements we've signed on the PPPs for healthcare. And now we're moving into looking at commercial real estate as part of our real estate strategy. Power is still an area where we're looking at a couple of transactions. Hopefully we'll be able to deploy some things in power. And then obviously what we're doing now in agriculture. And this is the second platform we've been part of. If you remember, back in 2014, we did FAFIN. We were part of the sponsoring group for Fund for Agriculture Finance. So this is a strategy at the NSIA that we'll continue to roll out as we look at the areas that we want to focus on in infrastructure.
All right, and we look forward to hearing more in terms of those investments. But I want you to just speak to investors who are looking at Nigeria today. We've seen quite a few of them sit on the sidelines, but this is definitely a significant investment deal, especially when you consider how much it can catalyze in terms of co-investing. What's your message to those who are still sitting on the sidelines, given all the volatility around the currency and they all talk about recession and so forth?
Well, I think at the way we look at it is very simple. The opportunity to invest in the country, and again, in my opinion, couldn't be more compelling at the moment. Asset prices are quite low on a relative basis, compared to historical trends or compared to the peer groups. And so I think if you're an investor and you're looking at Nigeria, the reality remains, what are the fundamental drivers of the economy over the long term, not about putting in money today and taking it out tomorrow, over the long term. And if you're a long-term investor, this could be as good an entry point as any, or even quite frankly, one of the best entry points you can imagine. The real drivers of the Nigerian economy, which is the hardworking people of Nigeria and the population that we have, and the various sectors that are yet to be tapped in the country, in my opinion, really present a significant, compelling opportunity. And so if you look at the investments we make at the NSIA out of the Future Generations Fund or out of the Nigeria Infrastructure Fund, we're looking at a 20-year horizon. 20-year horizon. So it's always a tendency for investors to, in my opinion, overemphasize some of these cyclical challenges and forget the secular trend of the economy. And our view is that the secular trend at the moment, despite the cyclical challenges, remain compelling.
All right, Uche, thanch you so much for speaking to us. Uche Oji, the CEO of Nigeria's Sovereign Investment Authority.